Hey guys, Lana here, welcome back to a brand new video. It's been a long time since I've made a video. So Happy New Year to you all. It's 2022 now, and because it's 2022, British touring car fans will be looking forward to the brand new game about to come out later this year. Developed by Motorsport Games, this game will be made to simulate the 2022 British Touring Car Championship season. And it gives fans the chance to recreate some of the best moments in the BTCC on a game. And a game has been really desired by the fans, including me. I've been playing Toka touring cars on the PS2. I don't know if anyone else has played that game, but in terms of graphics, I wouldn't have said it's yeah. Nevertheless, we have a brand new game coming out, and it's hopefully going to be well, if it's not better graphics than this, that's unfortunate. No, it will have better graphics. From my understanding, the tracks will be laser scanned. So for those of you who like simulation, including me, we can enjoy laser scanned British racing tracks. And I just wanted to make this video to cover some of the things that we need to have in a British Touring Car Championship game. It's probably too late to make these ideas, but nevertheless, we'll put them out there. We might come out in the 2023 game. We just need to get these heard, what the fans want. This is personally what I want. If you have any more suggestions, please do feel free to leave them down below. But yeah, we're going to run through some ideas of what we'd like to see in the British Touring Car Championship game. If you do find yourself enjoying this video, be sure to drop a like. And I am going to be making more videos, don't you worry. And if you like what you see in this video, be sure to subscribe for more content, which I do aim to put out in 2022. I realise I didn't in 2021. Sorry about that. But I'm back and we're making videos, so let's get into it. So first thing we want to see is Rockingham Speedway. Yes, this track, a discontinued racing venue. It left the calendar after 2018, the last race at Rockingham being won by Chris Smiley in the 2018 BTCC Civic Type R. And that would be the last ever race for the touring cars at Rockingham. It is now no longer used for racing, but in the past it has provided thrilling races. And I think when we all heard that this brilliant racing venue was no longer going to be on the calendar, it was quite sad, because I mean, I'm just showing you some of these images of just some of the brilliant races. I've been watching a lot of touring car races around just every sort of circuit. I just love touring cars, and Rockingham is a circuit that was unique to the UK. It was a speedway. It held two kart races, one in 2001, one in 2002. The first being won by Gilles de Ferran, and the second being won by Dario Franchitti. But it was discontinued, and there'll probably be a lot of information on Wikipedia on it. I've already had a look. So if you want to learn more about it, go head over to the Wikipedia page. Of course, we're not talking about Rockingham in North Carolina. We are talking about it here in the UK, in Northamptonshire, just outside Corby. And yeah, I mean, for the touring cars, we've had phenomenal races here. And it's such a shame that it's no longer on the calendar. So we do need to see this on this game so that we can go back. And this leads nicely into my next topic, and drive this track in either the hybrid cars, or how about some classic cars? That's right, we need to see some classic cars in the 2022 BTCC game. This is the great thing about the BTCC, is we've had so many different eras, and if you're a touring car fan, you stay as a touring car fan. And I think a lot of fans were drawn in by one era in particular, and I am of course talking about the Super Touring era. I've seen so many videos about it and heard so much about it, and I'm fascinated by it. I love the cars. I love the racing that was the Super Touring era, and yeah, I miss it. Even though I've never seen it in person, never seen it live on TV, but I miss it, and I think this is one of the main aspects to touring cars. You need to have the Super Touring era in a BTCC game, just as an option. It doesn't even need to be for like you have to drive the Super Touring era. Just have it as an option to drive it because a lot of fans, I mean the majority of the fans, would give everything to have fully licensed circuits, fully licensed Super Touring cars with high quality graphics on a game that's made for simulation and to simulate British touring cars. We'd also like to see some of the touring cars that we've watched for the past few years. The S2000 era, when that was a part of like multi-class racing, effectively in touring cars. You had the S2000s and you had the NGDC cars, next generation touring cars. For those who don't know that, and we just need to see some of them, and possibly even further back to the British Saloon Car Championship when it was called. Really, like really old cars, but classics. And they're not the only car choices we want. We don't just want BTCC cars from all the eras. We want the support races as well, because a lot of the great racing we see when we turn on the touring cars on the TV on ITV4, or we at the venue watching the touring cars, we stay around and watch the support series because they're so thrilling. They're great to watch, and they need to be supported. And I think having fully licensed support series in the BTCC game would boost it so much. I think it'd just be fun. I mean, to drive an F4 car in a BTCC game, or Ginetta Juniors, or the Mini Challenge, Porsche Carrera Cup, whatever it is you want to drive that's been a support series to the BTCC, to be able to drive that and work your way up to the BTCC level, I think a lot of fans would love to see that. Like you have F2 in the F1 games now. I think they're going to add F3 at some point. But you want that sort of road to glory career structure where you can work up from, say, Ginetta Juniors, then go to Mini Challenge, and then possibly get into the British touring cars. Another career option you might want to see in that game is a My Team career mode. Obviously, a lot of the new racing games are including this so that it gives the fans a chance to get creative. It makes their own team name, sign their own drivers, make their own branding, make their own livery, choose what car they want, whatever. You get the full control of it, so you effectively own the team. We've seen it obviously in F1 games recently, NASCAR Heat, WRC 10 now, including a livery editor. But to be able to have the option to choose, say, a BMW 3 Series or Honda Civic Type R or a Hyundai i20, whatever it is you want as your car, to then put your own livery on it and then sign whichever championship drivers you want, possibly even from the support series as well, include some of that. It would just work up to a brilliant career mode that we could just sit and play for hours on end, just racing around our home racing tracks, doing all 3 races of the weekend, doing the qualifying, and just working our way to becoming champion. Working your way to becoming champion, of course, that doesn't mean the overall champion. That could also mean independents, Jack Sears, manufacturers, or if you're a brilliant qualifier, Goodyear Wingfoot. We need to see multiple levels of championships, which is what we have in the real life touring cars. So we have independent drivers, independent teams, overall teams, manufacturers. So that's manufacturer-backed teams like Toyota, BMW. What was Honda? It's now no longer Honda. I don't. Is it just BMW and Toyota that are only the back teams? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. I should have looked into that before making this video, but nevertheless, to be able to have them championships in. So say you've got a new driver and you're your teammate from a sport series and he's never raced in the BTCC before and he's not got a podium, he would be part of the Jack Sears Trophy. And that would basically mean that whoever finishes the highest at the end of the championship, when you've come into the championship without having scored a podium, you would become the Jack Sears champion. And I think to have all of these championships integrated within the career mode would make it so much better. So you'd be working towards more trophies. You'd be working towards more championships, not just focusing on the overall championship. Which, of course, also means we need to include ballast. Ballast is a key part of the BTCC and something that affects a lot of the cars. Not so much the Infinity, I get that. That worked very well with the full weight, but cars that were really affected by the weight, like the Hyundai, that needs to be simulated within the game so that when you add the ballast, your car changes and you'll be playing around with the setup to try and figure out how to counteract that weight, which I think it should definitely be included. If it isn't, well, that's not going to be an accurate simulation of our much loved British Motorsport series. But that's what they're going to be trying to do. I don't doubt that. So if there's anything I missed off this list that you would love to see in the BTCC game, be sure to comment it down below. There's probably so much I've missed off, but yeah, I'm really excited about this game. If you can't tell, I've been waiting for a new BTCC game for a while, and it's much better than just playing Croft on Toka touring cars. To have it fully licensed and laser scanned on a modern platform with modern graphics, I think that'll be a lot better and it'll just be so much more enjoyable. And yeah, I'm going to be pre-ordering that game as soon as it's available, and I'll be making videos on it as soon as I can. Any news, you'll be the first to hear, as long as you click that bell after you subscribe to don't miss a single video, so you get notifications. And be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm quicker at posting on Instagram than I am here on YouTube, because obviously videos take a lot more effort than to repost something onto your story on Instagram. But be sure to give me a follow. You can find my social medias down in the description below. Anyways, I hope you did enjoy this video, and I hope that we do see a lot of these features in the new game, and I hope you all have a wonderful 2022. I've been L4NOO, and I hope I'll see you all next time. For now, goodbye.